It's a response to Eric Winter's one about German stereotypes and what we think of really the Germans when we think about them. And at the time I saw the video, I thought, right, what do I think about them? And all I came up with was well, nothing. Nothing came to mind at all, which was quite worrying. So I'm sure I thought that I must think something. I thought, well, lederhosen, yes, but I don't think of the Germans as wearing lederhosen. Because I think of the Austrians as wearing lederhosen, because that's where I've seen people in lederhosen playing the accordion, so that didn't come to mind at all. It's probably why I just sat there for a good 30 seconds, nothing passing through. I think mostly this is because I've been on holiday when I was younger to Austria and Germany, that I've met the people, but I don't, and I've moved these stereotype things around a bit. What am I talking about? So yes, basically I thought I was not going to be able to apply anything at all to this because I can't think of anything at all. I don't think of anything. But I was lying in the bath today and I thought, right, I'll come at a different angle. Instead of thinking, well, just thinking like Germans, what do I think of when I think of Germans? The Germans. I thought, well, when I look around at other stereotypes, what do I think of them? And basically you think, well, Scotland, Scottish. You think of men in kilts, tossing the cave around, which of course doesn't happen in places like Edinburgh, Glasgow. It's just the Highland areas where you've got the Highland Games. That's what you really think of. And then I came across the Cornish, and there's this little phrase that goes, anywhere you go in the world, if you look down a big hole in the ground, you'll find a Cornishman at the bottom of it. And that's because when you think of the Cornish, the only thing that really comes to mind is tin mining. Now, yeah, but when you think of the Germans then, when you think of them as a sort of work-related, what do you think of them? And the only thing that really came to mind was engineers. That's because when my dad was at college, if you wanted to be an engineer of any type, you pretty much had to learn German, because that's what the journals were all reading. That was the 50s, I suppose, 40s, 50s. Then you think about it, you think, right, yes, engineering. No other kind of work comes to mind, but I think that's because what we get from Germany is cars. We get the BMWs and we get the Porsches and we get the Mercedes. And when you think of the BMWs, it's like luxury. Everything works all the time. And you think of the Porsche ones where they obsess about getting the engines and getting the performance and everything right, and nothing at all about changing the design. It's been the same kind of design, flat on the headlights, since pretty much since I was around for all my life. But yeah, I think engineers, and then you think, yes, not so much obsessive engineers, but perfectionists as well. They like to fiddle around and get it right. So yeah, that I think is the only one that comes to mind to me. The stereotype for Germans would be engineers. And that's about it. It's been a long waffle, including my little cricket sound, because I had to go and find the little devil. And I hope that answers the question. But yeah, first thought, I couldn't think of anything.